Episode 11 begins when the chairman sees Yang on camera in his secret place and believes she's about to commit suicide. He comes out in front of her. Yang is shocked to see him. Before she could react, Lee Don enters the room and he is shocked and asks why chairman is out there. Yang realizes that he knew everything. In anger she grabs the Lee Don by the collar and asks why they both did this to her. The chairman stops her. Yang, already heartbroken by what she's learned, asks if the chairman enjoyed watching her suffer like that. The chairman replies, "So what?" and explains that changing Yang's life wasn't so easy, and after everything that has happened, she was about to give up her life. Lee Don watches the suicide note and asks if Sian wrote this and whether Yang was really going to die. The chairman looks unwell and sits down. Yang says that when she had put a gun to Sian's head, she understood that Sian would frame Yang for all her crimes after Yang died, and she wouldn't spare Dongmin either, so she was not going to die. The chairman tells her she's thinking like Sian now, and Yang, disappointed and upset, asks again why they did all this. The chairman says he's a businessman and must have multiple plans. Yang, who is upset, asks if he doesn't trust her, because she risked her whole life for him. The chairman tells her their relationship is contractual. Then he tells Lee Don to change his will so that Yang will become chairwoman of the company, that way she'll have power and they will no longer let Sian control things. Yang tells the chairman she's not ready for that yet and needs time to think, then she leaves. The chairman's condition worsens and Lee Don takes him to their secret place where he had been hiding all this time. Lee Don gives him an injection to ease his pain. Later Yang is looking at the article that would frame Dongmin for murder. Lee Don comes to her. Yang asks about the chairman. Lee Don says he doesn't have much time and the chairman is showing signs of dementia. Yang then talks about saving Dongmin. Lee Don lays out a will that they will announce at Sian Wu's funeral, earlier than board meeting, and by using Gilho's death which happened because of Sian they can protect Dongmin. Yang asks why the chairman deceived so many people. Lee Don remembers when the chairman told him about planning a fake death so the media attention would stay on the family. The headline would be about how a chairman married and died quickly and that the chairman wanted to witness it all before dying so he could pass peacefully. The chairman had asked Lee Don to arrange it. Back in the present, Yang asks Lee Don why he's doing everything for the chairman. Is it for money? Lee Don admits it's for money. He says he can't earn that much in a year, and the chairman had helped him as a poor student with a scholarship. Now Lee Don is repaying that debt. Lee Don asks Yang the same question. Yang accepts that she was doing it for money, but now the revenge is personal for her. She vows to expose Sian's truth to everyone. In the next scene, Sian meets prosecutor Kim and gives her an envelope containing a photo of Gilho. Sian tells the prosecutor to clear this man's name from her brother's case. Then another photo of Yang with Dongmin. Prosecutor Kim asks who these two people are. Sian says that she wants an article released about them involved in her brother's murder. Next, Principal and Ju-won are returning home, when Song-tae rushes to her, showing an article that accuses Dongmin of murder. The principal is shocked but wanting to hide the truth, quickly sends her Ju-won inside so he won't hear anything. Then she sternly warns Song-tae not to tell anyone in the village about this, threatening him to keep his mouth shut. Meanwhile, back at home, Yang is confronted by the butler Choi, asking why she's been spending so much time with the Lee Don in room. Yang snaps and asks why she is curious, then immediately fires both of them. They protest, saying she can't fire them, it's illegal termination. But Yang accuses the butler Choi of overcharging on groceries and Cheol-soo of posting photos with the chairman's car on social media. Using those as reasons, she fires them anyway. Both plead with her to reconsider, but Yang refuses to listen and orders them to leave the house immediately. Later, Yang goes to see Lee Don and asks about Dongmin's case. Lee Don tells her it's difficult even to get visitation approval right now. Yang insists she'll go too, but Lee Don warns it could be dangerous. She says she'll just wait in the car, and they head to the police center together. Once they arrive, Yang stays inside the car while Lee Don goes in to meet Dongmin. Dongmin, who has been worried about Yang, asks if she's alright. Lee Don tells him that even now, he's still thinking of others in his situation, then explains what he should tell the police, that he was chasing Gilho because of what happened at Machang. Dongmin had tried to stop Gilho from killing Sian Wu and from committing suicide, but he failed. Dongmin then expresses concern for Ju-won. Lee Don taunts him, saying he should have thought about that earlier. Then he asks how Dongmin managed to track down Gilho. Dongmin explains how he discovered information about Museum G and learned that Sian and Gilho were working together and how he met Sian while in prison. Lee Dan then hands Dongmin something Yang had asked him to deliver, a letter where Yang apologizes and promises that she will save him. Dongmin smiles faintly and says, Yang always keeps her promises. Just then, the police arrive to take him away for detention. Lee Dan is surprised, saying the evidence hasn't been verified yet, and he talks about Gilho's. But the police inform him there was only one body found. They take Dongmin away as Lee Dan stands frozen in disbelief. Outside, Yang, still waiting in the car, sees the police escorting Dongmin away. Panicked, she runs after them, but the car drives off. Lee Dan rushes out and tells her everything. Yang immediately says they need to find Gilho's body first. In the next scene, Lee Dan orders all his men to start searching for the corpse, telling them they don't have much time and must hurry. Yang sees the chairman in the kitchen and offers to cook for him. She prepares noodles the same way Dongmin taught her and tells the chairman that she learned it in Machang. The chairman then asks whether Strawberry Guy taught her, and Yang quietly nods. While eating, the chairman praises the strawberries and compliments Dongmin as well. Yang tells him that Dongmin helped her a lot, and the chairman replies that perhaps Dongmin has feelings for her, because no one helps without a reason. Yang does not respond and says she has some work to do. As she walks away, the chairman tells her that he trusts her, that's why he came all this way. He then tastes the noodles and finds it good. Later, Yang visits Baiyal's room and asks her about old store she owned, which was shut down due to a scam. Baiyal is surprised and asks why she suddenly wants to go there. Yang says that she has to look striking for tomorrow's event. The next day, Yang arrives at Xian Wu's funeral wearing bright-colored clothes and walks inside. After placing flowers for Xian Wu, she hugs Xian and whispers to her that although Xian wanted her to die, that didn't happen, and now she will find out who killed Xian's brother. After that, Lee Dan announces in front of everyone that he will reveal the chairman's will, which was supposed to be read during the board meeting but is now being disclosed earlier at Yang's request. He begins to read the will, and everyone is shocked to hear that the chairman has appointed Yang as his company successor. All the board members are left speechless. Yang says that she will see them at the board meeting and leaves. Outside, Lee Dan reads aloud all the hateful online comments about Yang, where people are calling her a gold digger and accusing her of manipulating the chairman. Then he receives a phone call and tells Yang that Gilho's dead body has been found. It has been listed as an unclaimed body. They both leave immediately to go there. Meanwhile, Xian asks Secretary Han about Gilho's body. Han tells her that the prosecutor has already declared it unclaimed and that it will be cremated in a few days. However, Xian orders him to have it cremated as soon as possible. At the hospital, the staff is seen transferring Gilho's body for quick cremation under Secretary Han's supervision. Just as the body is about to be taken away, Yang arrives and says that she wants to verify it. The staff tells her that it is an unclaimed body and she cannot interfere, but Yang argues that the body was found at a murder scene and cannot be cremated without proper verification. At that moment, Secretary Han pushes Yang aside, but Lee Dan arrives with security and stops him. Lee Dan declares that the body is not unclaimed and that Gilho's aunt has been brought to identify it. The aunt confirms that the body indeed belongs to Gilho. Secretary Han is unable to do anything, and the news reaches Xian. When Secretary Han goes to meet her, Xian slaps him. She then gives him one last chance to change Gilho's autopsy report at any cost. Then at hospital, where some officers are seen telling a doctor to change the autopsy report. Just then, Yang arrives with officers from another department. The corrupt police officer tries to make an excuse, saying he came only to collect the report. But the officers announce that their team will now handle the case. They start questioning the doctor about what he's hiding behind his back. When he refuses to show it, they snatch the report and realize that they were trying to tamper with it. They forcefully enters the room, and Yang asks when the final report will be ready. He explains that they just need to prove that the gunpowder found on Gilho's body matches the same gunpowder used in Xian Wu's death. If that's confirmed, Dongmin will be proven innocent. Lee Dan then asks Yang about the CCTV footage she had installed at Machang to prove that Gilho was there. Yang tells him that Gilho destroyed it earlier. Lee DPN gets an idea. Next, we see Principal, who looks upset because the new teacher has just resigned. At that moment, she receives a phone call from Lee Dan who asks her to verify that Gilho was there in village to prove Dongmin's innocence. Later, when Yang returns home, she finds the chairman sitting in the living room. He mistakes her for his deceased daughter, Yirim. Yang realizes that his dementia is worsening. When Li Dan comes back after escorting the chairman inside, he confirms that the chairman's condition is getting worse day by day. Yang tells him they need to act quickly so that the chairman can witness his revenge with his own eyes. Then Yang goes to meet Baiyal and tells her not to come to the main house for now, but to carefully watch who visits the area around her room. The next day, Principal arrives in Seoul with a few other people to verify the matter. Li Dan gets angry, asking why she brought so many people along. They all go inside for verification, and the police officer shows them a photo, asking if that's Gil-ho. Everyone recognizes him as Gil-ho. However, when the officer asks if this was the man who attacked Yang, everyone remains silent because none of them actually saw the attack. Just then, Haiji arrives and testifies that it was indeed Gil-ho who attacked both of them. Later, she looks at the photos again and confirms her statement. The police officer says that once she fully recovers, she will need to give her official statement again. Then they leaves. After that, Li Dan asks Taemin when Haiji regained consciousness. Taemin recalls the day before when he was telling the need for witness to save Dongmin. Haiji's hand suddenly moved, and he realized she was waking up. Outside, the principal asks the Li Dan whether Dongmin will now be released. Li Dan assures her that everything will be fine. The principal then hands him a card written by the children and asks him to deliver it to Yang. Later, Li Dan visits Yang and tells her that Haiji has testified. He also gives her the children's card, which makes Yang smile. Then he informs her that the autopsy report has come out in their favor, which means Dongmin is now safe. Next, Yang goes to meet Sung-hee and gives her a pen drive. She tells Sung-hee how Gil-ho killed Seon Woo and how he also tried to kill Yang, and that Seon had arranged for his own brother to be killed. When Sung-hee hears this, she becomes shocked, imagining how Seon herself could kill her own brother. Yang tells her that she can take revenge on Seon this time, and Seon's article won't be able to block things from the top, they'll make sure of that. Sung-hee is telling her senior at the office about all this, everything Yang just told her, and her senior approves the plan, which makes her very happy. Next, the police come to take Seon and tell her that she was the last person Gil-ho met before Seon Woo's death, and they tell her to cooperate with investigation. At that moment Secretary Han arrives and takes the blame on himself, saying he met Gil-ho that day. Seon survives. Later Seon tries to call the prosecutor and her other contacts, but the phone was unavailable, and in anger she throws her phone away. The chairman is reading the articles accusing Seon of murdering his own brother. Looking at a photo of his daughter, he says he is take his revenge, then suddenly his dementia hits. Butler Choi sneaks quietly into the house to collect some drinks she had hidden. She senses someone is there, looks outside, and sees the chairman. Thinking he is a ghost, she is frightened and faints. Next, Han is taking all the blame for the murders on himself. The police ask him why he's doing this, telling him that he could face up to 10 years in prison and asking how much money Seon offered him. But Han refuses to say anything. When Butler Choi regains consciousness, she doesn't understand what happened. As she goes inside, she notices some sauce on the floor. Then she goes into the chairman's room and sees the chairman sitting in a chair. At first she is scared, but then she slowly goes to him, touches him, and realizes he is alive but doesn't remember anything. The chairman asks for water. Butler Choi gives him water and then takes a photo of him and a selfie with him. When she asks chairman if he knows Yang, chairman says, "Who?" and Butler Choi realizes he remembers nothing and she leaves him in his bedroom. Butler Choi tries calling Seon but she doesn't pick up. So, Choi decides to get money from Yang instead. Seon, who later comes near her phone, sees that there's a call from the chairman. She answers it, and the chairman, mistaking her for Yi Rim, asks where she is. That's when Seon realizes the chairman is alive. Meanwhile, Butler Choi is sending the photos to Yang and blackmailing her, demanding money or else she'll release the photos. Just then, Seon calls Butler Choi and tells her to turn off all the lights and CCTV cameras in the house. Butler, tempted by the offer of money, agrees. She goes and switches off all the lights and cameras, then picks up her hidden drinks and leaves, glancing back at the house one last time. Li Dan and Yang arrive to receive Dongmin, who is being released from jail. Yang is very excited to meet him and waits outside eagerly. At the chairman's house, Seon arrives. Baiyal wonders why all the lights have gone out, and just then, she sees Seon entering. Panicking, Baiyal immediately calls Yang to tell her that Seon is there. Hearing this, Yang tells Li Dan to go receive Dongmin and informs him that Seon has come to the house. Then she rushes home in a hurry. When Dongmin comes out, he doesn't see Yang, and Lee Don explains to him what happened. Sean enters the house and sees the chairman sitting on the sofa. The chairman looks at her and mistakes her for his dead daughter, asking where she has been and saying he was waiting for her. Sean smiles, and with that, the episode ends. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.